calculate a more municipal-specific index that affects our annual operating costs and capital costs. And we come up with what we call our MPI, and this year it came in at 2.75%. I will note that when we did that back in June, we were looking at the Consumer Price Index that was released for April of 2018, and it was at 2.1%. The most recent one that was released in October, the CPI is 2.3%. So our municipal price index of 2.75%, obviously, with different consumer expenses that a municipality has versus a consumer, is higher typically than the consumer price index. At that meeting, staff were directed to bring back their first draft of the budget at 2.25%. When we took into account what the current value assessment new growth might be estimated at. So the new growth spread out over our assessment brings in more taxation to us. So we felt that 2.75% budget increase could be brought down to 2.25% tax impact when we included our CVA estimate. So in July and August, management worked on each of their departmental budgets. We worked on a 3-year operating budget as well as a 10-year capital plan. In September, myself, the CAO, we met with each of the departmental management teams to review their draft budgets. We then held an all-management meeting where, as a team, we all reviewed the draft budget documents. And then, as required, I met with senior management to finalize our 2019 budget first draft, which was presented, as I mentioned, to Special Committee of the Whole on October 24th. At that time, we did present our 3-year operating budget, our 10-year capital plan, our 10-year capital funding summary, departmental goals and objectives, as well as our operating budget notes, our capital project justification sheets, and the potential tax impact, which we did bring in our first draft at 2.25%. Which brings us to our budget timeline, which is tonight. In November, on November 14th, we're holding our public consultation to receive public input on draft number 2. And my presentation today, I will go through our draft number 2 based on our last meeting on October 24th. And senior managers are here for a question and answer period at the end. Just to let everybody know the remaining budget timeline and our next meetings. So immediately following this public consultation and our council meeting that starts at 7, our committee of the whole meeting, we will be presenting draft number 2, as well as obviously all the comments that are received this evening to committee of the whole for direction on preparing draft number 3 that will be presented to committee of the whole on December 12th. And that will be followed by budget meetings in the new year, January 9th, as well as potentially January 3rd if required. So I'll just review the 2019 public budget survey that we did online through SurveyMonkey. We received 38 responses. And again, as I mentioned, all results from the public council and management are published on our October 24th budget meeting agenda. So I'll just quickly go through the 11 questions and the majority of the responses. How many people live in your household? The majority, 55%, were two-person households. What is the age of the person filling out the survey? The majority was at 32%, between the ages of 55 and 64. How do you receive your information regarding the town's budget and our budget process? The majority of 29% receives their information through the town's website. The next question relates to a list of all of the town services, where they were to indicate whether the service level should be enhanced, resulting in a higher tax increase, whether our services should be maintained, resulting in a moderate tax increase, or reduced, resulting in no tax increase. So the top town services that were listed under enhanced were road networks at 43%, economic development at 39%, maintained services resulting in a moderate tax increase were signals and lighting, and winter control. Reduced town services were administration office and development services. The next question relates to the top three capital projects that the town considered during the 2019 budget process. And the top three responses were LED street lights. These are current projects in our capital plan. So number one was LED street lights. Number two was complete the secondary plan for Upper Main Street and engineering intersection upgrades. What are some of the other short-term or long-term capital project priorities, if any? Roads was number one, as it typically is. Roads is always the highest response. In terms of capital priorities, waterfront enhancement was another one, and hold taxes and administration costs was another top response. Given all the programs and services provided by the town, how would you rate the value receiving, how would you rate the value you're receiving for your tax dollars? 45% said good. I think the scale was excellent, good, fair, and poor. Which statement best represents your position regarding taxation? Again, based on some of those town services that they wanted to enhance, maintain, or reduce, 74% support a moderate tax increase. What top three suggestions would you make in order to improve town services? The three top responses were related to snow removal, more recreation programming and events, and road repairs. What top three services does the town of Taxation do very well, needing little to no improvement? And contrary to question number 9, prior to, number one response was snow plowing. Is done very well and needs little to no improvement. Number two would be parks, and number three is fire policing and paramedics. And the final question, please provide additional comments for the mayor, council, and management to consider for the 2019 budget. Three of the top comments were related to access to affordable housing, promoting the town and events, and working on balancing growth and protection of the environment. The next slide presents, again, the budget process that we've taken to date and how did we get to where we are today, which is to present draft number two of our budget. So our 2018 operating and capital base budget was $8.4 million. And our capital base budget every year is $1,150,000. I'll also mention, though, that in our operating budget, there are some capital investment dollars in there. In terms of our asset management plan, we do have some capital investment dollars that we transfer to an asset management reserve. So really in total, we're looking at about $1.6 or $1.7 million in capital funding in our annual tax levy. So again, as I mentioned, in June, we brought forth our budget goals and objectives to council, where they asked us to come back with draft number one that would impact the town's tax rate of no more than 2.25%. So in there, we estimated our current value assessment new growth at 0.5%. And on October 24th, staff did bring forward draft number one at 2.25%. That represented a $225,545 increase to the tax levy. Capital-based budget remained the same at $1.15 million. Following the October 24th meeting, there were no changes to the operating budget. There were some minor changes. Again, we'll go through those changes in the special meeting to follow when we present draft to committee of the whole. But basically, there was no resulting tax impact from the changes that were made. So draft number two this evening, again, we're presenting draft number two total town tax levy, which I might add excludes OPP of $8,668,000 change. Again, no impact to the tax impact originally presented. So tonight we are looking at an increase similar to last month of $225,000 or 2.25% tax impact. I do have some of the changes that were made here to review. So again, none to the operating budget from the October budget meeting. Some of the changes to the capital plan relate to some of the comments that were received by council at that meeting, and staff went back and made the following changes to the 10-year capital plan. 2019 capital changes, the town dock secondary plan, some amendments, description and purpose of the project were revised on the capital justification sheet, but there was no actual funding change related to that. The Huroney Airport fuel system. It is a Huroney Airport capital project, so I prepared a capital justification sheet that we received from the airport manager. We did increase it to from it was at $112,000. Last month we increased it to $115,920, which is based on the town of Penetanguish's share of the airport of 20%, and the estimated total project the airport manager gave to us. The 2019 museum sump project was moved from 2020 to 2019. And in 2020, by moving that museum sump from 2020 to 2019, it just freed up an additional $2,000 of our capital taxation. So I just allocated it and increased our corporate telephone system project, increased it by $2,000 from 80 to 82,000. Another 2020 capital project that was amended on the capital justification sheet. There was no funding change, but it was related to the sidewalk removal replacement. And some more details were added to that capital justification sheet in terms of choosing which sidewalks are being invested in based on the results of sidewalk study? Sidewalk study that the Director of Public Works is completing. The museum elevator upgrade, we just amended the capital justification sheet as we split out the museum sump project from it, so it was just a change to the capital justification sheet. In 2020, the Martin Valley Park Engineering and Design Project, again, there was an amendment to the capital justification sheet in terms of the details and the description. There was no funding change to that project. And in 2021, there was a new project added to the 2021 capital plan related to stormwater management, pond, and drainage ditch maintenance. So that was a new taxation capital project of $80,000. The changes that were made are reviewed again, as I mentioned, on the agenda of committee of the whole meeting tonight, later on tonight, as well as the changes that were made, and obviously management can speak to any questions or comments from council at that time, but certainly this evening, if anybody at the question and answer period wants to comment on any of those changes, that's fine as well. So again, as I mentioned, this slide basically reviews our 2019 budget, draft number 2. This is our tax-supported budget. So it would exclude our rate-supported departments such as building, water, wastewater, and the wharf. So finance and corporate services section. There's an $85,500 change, budget change over last year, or 2.3% budget increase. For transportation and environmental, that would include transit, public works, and roadways. There's an $81,000 change, budget increase over 2018, or 3% budget change. For recreation and community services, which would include recreation admin, arena, parks, programming, museum, heritage, tourism, and events. There is, over 2018, there's an increase of about $40,000, or 3.4%. For planning and development, which includes planning, community development, economic development, and municipal law enforcement. The year-over-year change is just over $8,000, or 2.1%. The library has a year-over-year change of about $10,500, or 2.75%. So overall, total tax-supported budget increase, going from about $8.4 million to almost $8.7 million, an increase of $225,000, or 2.6% budget increase, which has a tax impact of 2.25%. The next slide is just a visual of the overall tax-supported budget. For the various sections. Finance and corporate services, transportation, environmental, planning and development, recreation, community services, and the library. This slide takes a look at the total budget, which includes tax-supported departments that I just reviewed, as well as our rate-supported. So again, our rate-supported departments are our building department, our wharf, water, and wastewater. So the revenues that they generate themselves supports their own budget. As the goal for those departments are to be financially self-sufficient in the case of water and wastewater. That's legislated that they fund their own operations. So when you look overall at the total budget from 2018 to 2019, including all of the services that the town provides, it's going an increase of about $400,000 over 2018, from a $12 million overall budget to almost $12.5 million, or a 3.3% budget increase. Same visual is for our total budget here with all the town services, and obviously with the water and wastewater divisions added in. Transportation and environmental services is the departments where typically we generate the most revenues, but also spend the most and invest the most into our roads, our water, and wastewater divisions. So again, getting back to the $225,000 budget increase related to our tax levy. Some of the major some of the major drivers behind the budget increase. Again, there's increases that we incur on an annual basis in terms of salaries, wages, benefits, collective bargaining agreements that have annual increases built right in, as well as our benefits broker that provides with their estimate of annual increases related to that. The salaries, wages, remuneration, and benefits overall is the bulk of our budget increase of 2.25%. So staff have done a good job in terms of where else in the budget can we find savings and or increase and generate more revenues to offset the increases that we're looking at. So again, in addition to those salaries and benefits, some of the other major budget changes for 2019, we've included a compensation review placeholder of $100,000, and that's to put away money for a compensation review that was completed this year and is going to be presented to council in the new year for review and make whatever decisions and direction related to that study and that report. There were in 2019, we're also looking at increased debt repayment for Champlain Road internal loan that we approved for the reconstruction of Champlain Road, as well as Main Street debenture that was issued this year in terms of paying for the Main Street reconstruction. So that increase of about $245,000 for the time being is going to be offset by a transfer from our asset management reserve. I believe until 2021, when our fire debenture payment is going to be repaid, and then we're going to reallocate those funds to this new debt. So the asset management reserve transfer is temporary. We've also increased our computer and IT infrastructure investment in the 2019 budget by $25,000. And the Economic Development Corporation, or SIMCO, has also requested an increase for their annual contribution of about almost $14,000. So in 2018, they received 0.5% of our tax levy. And this year, because the county's contribution was on a decreasing basis, they don't receive county funding anymore. And so they've asked the municipalities involved with EDC&S to increase their contribution to 0.75% of our tax levy. So that's a $14,000 impact. And again, as I mentioned, the other estimate that's been included in our 2019 budget related to new growth and the taxation related to new assessment was estimated at about 0.5% or $70,000 increase to our tax revenues. Again, the net budget changes of $225,000, resulting in a tax impact of 2.25%. The next few slides are going to go through the tax-supported and rate-supported changes that I've just reviewed with you, but on a section departmental basis in terms of Recreation and Community Services, their tax-supported budget year-over-year changes about $40,000 or 3.4%. And again, those departments within are broken down: Recreation Administration, Arena, Parks, Recreation Programming, Events, Tourism, and Tourist Information Center, and Museum. And under the rate-supported budget is the Wharf. They're looking at almost a $24,000 budget increase over 2018, and that's almost a 25% budget change. So overall, tax and rate-supported budget, RCS is looking at almost $64,000 increase or a 5% budget increase. Some of the major drivers related to the Recreation and Community Services budget. Quickly, I'll just mention a few. Increased lottery licensing, which has been historically on the rise, so that increased our revenues. There were some increased expenses related to retiree benefits, as well as increased wages related to our part-time transitional program. There was an increased Tiny Township contribution related to 2018 budget, so we've increased for 2019. We are still working on analyzing that Tiny Township arena contribution, and we will be presenting a report shortly to Council. Increased part-time wages for 2 facility attendants for the arena, as well as increased contract services for shared gardener in the Parks Department. In terms of the Wharf, there were increased part-time wages. The Wharf staff was split between Tourist Information Center and the Wharf. And the majority of the time is spent on the Wharf, so we corrected the budget to allocate more wages to the Wharf and decrease the wages being budgeted for the Tourist Information Center. For planning and development, which includes municipal law enforcement and the building department. So again, the 2019 tax-supported budget increase just over $8,000 or 2%. And the building department, supported by their own revenues, they're looking at a budget decrease of about $1,400. So overall, the P&D total budget is just over $6,700 or 1.1% budget increase. Some of the major drivers of those budget changes. The majority of it really is the request related to Economic Development Corporation of North Simcoe. So that economic development line falls under the Planning Department budget, and a slight increase to the contracted services for shared junior planner. As well as increased provincial fences revenue, similar to our lottery licensing revenues. Provincial fences revenues historically has been increasing annually. In terms of the building department, they did include decreased building permit fees related to reflect the actual activity. I think the last 2 years we've seen a huge rise in building permit fees, and I think that's tapering off in 2019, reflected by the budget amount there. For transportation and environmental services, which again includes the transit, public works, and roads division, as well as the rate-supported divisions of the water and wastewater. So the tax-supported divisions, year-over-year change is just over $81,000 or 3% budget increase. The rate-supported divisions for water and wastewater, looking at $154,000 change over 2018 or a 4.6% budget increase. So overall, transportation and environmental is looking at about $235,000 in a budget increase over the prior year, 3.9%. Some of the major drivers related to that. For taxation, there's increase to building maintenance to reflect annual rising costs, as well as an increase to our transit contract expense just related to increasing the maintenance costs. There's an increase to the preventative maintenance budget as per the 5-year approved plan, as well as materials and supplies related to some of the cost centers under the roads division, such as storm damage and snow removal. For the water division and the wastewater division, both are budgeting increased expenses related to computer services and building maintenance. For the water department, increased pump plant maintenance supplies, and for the wastewater department division, they're looking at reduced expenses related to sludge removal cost, which since the new sewage treatment plant has been up and running, sludge removal cost historically has been reducing year after year. For finance and corporate services, included in this section is council budget, administration, property taxation, which includes interest, penalties, supplemental tax billings, write-offs, and payments in lieu of taxes, as well as corporate miscellaneous, which includes contributions to committees and other organizations, as well as our annual Ontario Municipal Fund grant that we receive, as well as transfer to our asset management reserve. The fire department is under this section, as well as our capital-based budget of $1.15 million. So the annual increase from 2019 to 2018 is $85,500, or a budget increase of 2.3%. Some of the major drivers of budget changes related to this section. There was a few increases related to the council budget, and it was related to increased council salaries and benefits that has already been approved by council. It was related to the elimination of the one-third tax exemption that occurred this year. I believe it takes January 1, 2019. Included in the 2019 budget is increased training and conference budget to reflect actuals of what's been happening historically. Under administration, to increase our level of service, we are investing more into our computer services, computer expenses and services. Our contracted services. We are budgeting for our shared HR director, as well as budgeting for contracted revenues, which offsets our shared HR assistant. And last year we did experience a reduction to our Ontario Municipal Fund grant, so we've reflected that in our budget this year. Under corporate miscellaneous, it includes our contribution to the library. And as I mentioned, 2.75% budget increase, or about $10,500. And under the fire department, there's reduced fire revenues, and that's based on the fees were lowered for fire permits last year by council. So this year we will see a reduction to our fire revenues. There's an increase related to contracted services for our annual cost increase, as well as equipment purchases, and an increase related to allocating insurance, our corporate insurance to the fire department for their proportionate share. This slide is related to the town's debt and the history of our debt. So it does report on the last 8 years, as well as what our budget is for 2019. The line identified on the far left with an A. That's our internal loans that we have funded ourselves through our hydroelectric commission fund. And on line B, that would be our external debt we have debentured with Infrastructure Ontario. Our debt repayment is on the top line there. So from 2011 to 2019, it has ranged and increased from about $500,000 in 2011, and our 2019 budget is up to almost $940,000. Council's priority in the past has been to focus on debt reduction, as well as looking at the annual surplus every year, and at times there has been additional money that has been applied to our debt to reduce it. The cumulative debt reduction over the past 9 years has been $6.8 million. On average, we are reducing debt by $760,000 per year. The ministry does legislate annually what our debt repayment limits can be. So our annual debt repayment limit for 2018 in terms of repayment is $3.5 million per year, or $43 million worth of debt. So we are nowhere near what our legislated limit is. We are allowed up to that limit, which represents 20% of our source revenues. So currently our 2019 debt repayment of about $937,000 is at 27% of our legislated limit. The tax levy slide, again, I've mentioned this several times. So our operating budget, we are looking at going from almost $7.3 million to $7.5 million. Our capital base budget is remaining at $1.15 million. For 2019, draft number two, we are at $8,668,000. There's a note on there as well, and that we do have this annual asset management capital investment. It is included in our operating budget. So again, if you technically look at the operational side of things, it's really about a $7 million operation budget, and almost $1.7 million that we are investing into our infrastructure. Historical tax impact. So again, from 2011 on to 2019, I've identified what the overall tax impact has been to homeowners in the town. From the overall tax impact, which would include the town, the county, and the province for the education taxes. The town only. Tax impact. The town only tax is on the second line. So it has ranged from I guess over the last 8 years. From negative 0.7% as high as 4%. The 2019 This includes OPP, I might add. The 2019 budget tax impact, including OPP, is 2.4%. The OPP tax rate is separate from the town's tax rate on our tax bills, just to let everybody know. We do identify it separately. The OPP sends us annually what their policing policing cost estimates are. And based on that, we set our OPP tax rate. When you take into account county and the education, the overall impact on the bottom line of the homeowner's tax bill historically has ranged from over the last 8 years, negative 3% to 2.5%. Our grant history, we always like to celebrate and identify additional monies that staff have been successful in obtaining through various funding opportunities over the years. And typically the majority of this money would be invested into our capital infrastructure. So our 9-year cumulative grant funding that we've obtained is almost $30 million, an average of about $3.3 million a year over the last 9 years. Now we'll get into our 2019 capital budget. As I mentioned, staff does prepare a 10-year capital plan. It is in the documents that we will be going through, or it's provided for information at the next meeting, the whole meeting. All 10 years are there on the capital plan. 2019 and 2020 are being presented in more detail this evening. We do present and approve a two-year capital budget on an annual basis. So our capital funding history, again over the last 9 years, it's fluctuated somewhat, but it's pretty well gone from about $786,000, slightly up to $1.3 million for a few years, and right now it's currently at $1.15 million. So over the past 10 years, our capital budget has been $10 million on average, about $1 million invested annually. And that's strictly from our tax levy. Again, it would include other sources of capital investment funds that we have, and certainly the grant funding that we've received. Other sources of those that we do invest into capital and operating would come from things like our debt reserves and our reserve funds. So on this slide, it does outline what our estimated 2019 balance is in terms of debt. So our internal debt is about $3 million. And it's based on a town hall loan of $1.7 million and public works and roads projects that were done of about $1.3 million. Thompson Road, Fuller Avenue, Bike Lane, and Champlain Road. The debt that we have issued with Infrastructure Ontario. I think I mentioned, but again, our fire hall and aerial truck debenture, which is anticipated to be paid off, I believe it's 2021. This year we did debenture our sewage treatment plant expansion of almost $9.4 million, as well as our Main Street reconstruction debenture of almost $3.8 million. So if you look at our internal debt and our external debt for 2019, it's about $17 million. And again, I mentioned the legislated ministry limit is $43 million for us. So our $17 million debt is at it looks like 40% of our legislated limit. This slide is just a summary of some of our reserves and reserve funds related to the purpose that council has set aside, admin, fire and emergency, planning and development, public works, recreation and community services, our capital asset management reserve. We have an OPP reserve. We typically use that to stabilize OPP tax increases. In terms of our reserve funds, again, that is where building water and wastewater, we keep separate reserve funds and bank accounts for those self-sufficient divisions, as well as cash in lieu of parkland, our development charges reserve fund, our hydroelectric commission reserve fund, industrial land and development, library fundraising, museum and our gas rebate reserve fund. So our estimated 2019 opening balance of our reserves is about $6 million. Our audited financial statements for 2017 showed about $10.5 million. Our Champlain Road internal loan as well as our Main Street reconstruction. There was a huge investment and a withdrawal related to water, wastewater, and development charges for our Main Street reconstruction project. As well, there was a draw from the fire reserve that we had been putting money aside on an annual basis for the purchase of a fire pumper and rescue truck. So this slide represents our total capital budget from all funding sources. So as I mentioned, in addition to our capital base budget of $1.5 million that comes from our tax levy, we do have a total capital budget for 2019 of about $4.6 million. So the other $3.5 million would be coming from other sources. As I mentioned, it could be development charges, our reserves and reserve funds, it could be debt, it could be grants or subsidies, as well as our water and wastewater utility rates would pay for capital projects as well.
Carrie, excuse me. We're well. It's 5 to 7. And we do want to give the audience an opportunity to ask questions. We'll probably delay our actual meeting, 7 o'clock meeting, 15 minutes or so. So I'm just wondering if you could wrap it up. You've done a great job. Appreciate all the information that's forward. But time constraint.
I will. Thank you. I will. This final slide basically summarizes the 2019 total capital budget. Shows the investment into obviously 65% of it is being invested into transportation and environmental of about $3 million of that $4.6 million. The rest of the slides really just look at by section what the actual projects are, which again they're there. They've been handed out for anybody here to read line by line what those projects are. As well, I mentioned they are going to be included in the 10-year plan being handed out at the committee of the whole meeting to follow later this evening. If there's any specific project questions. Other than that, I think that is pretty well it. The rest of it is a breakdown of, as I mentioned, 2 years worth of projects because we will be presenting to council to get 2 years of our capital budgets approved. And the final slide on page 50 is just our 10-year capital funding summary. So it's a total of about $30 million in capital investment over the next 10 years. And I'll just skip to that right now. $30 million in our 10-year capital plan, and how we plan on funding over the next years, and the different sources of funds.
Thank you very much, Carrie. That was an extensive outlook on our operating capital budget, but it is a consultation for the public. And I would just ask if public have a question to please state your name and ask your question. When you have staff here, hopefully they'll be able to answer. So we have public that would like to ask a question. Anna? Could you stand, please?
Yes, there were 38 responses to the Survey Monkey that we that's 38 responses, yes. No, and sorry, I mentioned that earlier, so there was 38. We promoted it, we had it available at our front desk, that was how many we received. If you actually look at the results, you will see exactly what the age range of who responded. And the highest age range of responses was 55 to 64.
Mr. Cummings?
Certainly, we would have hoped for a higher response rate than what we have. And obviously, identify it by how many responses it does represent. And all I can really do is say, this is what we tried to gather, this is what we received, and these are the results. Yeah. No, that was actually a separate, little bit of a different questionnaire and responses, but those are all available online as well.
Further questions? Yes.
Sorry, so we did try numerous and various ways to promote both the survey as well as this evening's public consultation. Because we want public participation and input, and yeah.
And I would echo Carrie's comments. We're always hoping to see a lot of people here and have comment on what we're doing, but it is a little disappointing, but people still have an opportunity to come forward. This is just a consultation process, so I'm sure if there are people listening or viewing online, if you have questions, please get them in before we finalize our budget. Are there further questions in the audience? Yes, if you could just...
It went out, I'm going to say the end of May, the beginning of June. So it was at the initial start of our budget process, where we tried to gather responses from the public to present to council when we presented our initial goals and objectives report for our entire budget process.
Yes, Mr. Cummings.
We're looking at improvements to a couple of them, actually. One of them being the stormwater management pond at the Church Street Meadows subdivision, and some stormwater and drainage improvements through our entire network.
Ms. Cheryl? If you could stand, Anna, so that everyone can hear. Paul will gladly let you answer that question.
So there's no cost savings for facilities, but we are sharing my service. So there is a small savings. I wouldn't know the exact numbers off the top of my head. But with that shared service is an increased service for Penetangue Machine with the addition of an admin support person to provide admin support for both Midland Fire and Penetangue Machine. So there is a small cost savings, but there is a service enhancement from an operational level. So I may not have the exact figures, so Midland would pay half of my benefits and my wages, right? And any expenses that are incurred by me as the joint fire chief. And then we have incurred some additional costs by sharing the admin support with the town of Midland. So overall, there is a small savings when it comes to that shared role, but I wouldn't know what that number is off the top of my head.
Well, I'm sorry we didn't hear that last comment. Well, perhaps Paul could get back to you.
I think the CAO can probably answer that.
CAO, if you would like to comment to that, please.
Through you, Madam Chair, I don't have the exact number. I'm hearing a member of council mention a number. I do have a staff report that was brought back in, I believe, the spring, but I can commit to getting the number to the resident, to their inquiry. Through you, Madam Chair, I can probably, in the next short while this next meeting occurs, probably pull that staff report. The staff report is public. It was considered in council chambers here in a committee of the whole meeting, I believe in January, February, but I might be slightly wrong on that. I will certainly pull it, and I can commit to getting that to you. It is definitely a public document that was entertained in a committee of the whole meeting in open session. Happy to pull that.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, I will ask for adjournment of this particular portion of our meetings. So do I have adjournment? Moved by Councillor Levy, seconded by Councillor Louder. Thank you. Okay, Council, we will move into our regular council meeting. I will call the meeting to order and ask Council to stand for our council commitment. We are grateful for the many gifts which have been bestowed on Penetanguishene and its citizens, including the gifts of freedom, opportunity, and peace that we enjoy. May we be worthy custodians of all that has been entrusted to us. We ask that all in attendance and those who could not be here assist us in promoting good government. May our decisions as members of council be enlightened, and may we all be strengthened in our awareness of our duties and responsibilities. May we be granted the wisdom, knowledge, will, and understanding to preserve the good fortune of the town for the benefit of all, and to make good laws and wise decisions. Thank you for all attending. Our first order of business is approval of our agenda. I have a motion moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Rose, that the agenda of the regular council meeting of November 14, 2018 be approved as presented. All those in favor? Carried. Declaration of pecuniary interest, either at the time the item comes forward. And we do have a public meeting this evening. This is in reference to a planning issue. So I shall read, this is a removal of the H symbol. This is a public meeting under the Planning Act to provide an opportunity to comment on the proposed removal of the holding H symbol for the property at 85 Polish Avenue in the town of Penetanguishene. The purpose of this public meeting is not to engage in debate regarding the merits of the proposed changes, nor is it intended to be a question and answer period. It is to provide an opportunity for the public to make comments and for council members to ask clarifying questions. To the public, this is your opportunity to speak, and we encourage you to do so. Tonight is to hear comments with respect to the proposed changes, and we have a separate agenda item at council whether further discussion to the amendment will occur. And I would now ask the planner to introduce the amendment, confirm the notification note and correspondence received, and to give a brief description of the project.
Thank you, Your Worship. So we did receive an application to remove the holding H symbol for the property at 85 Polish Avenue on May 8, 2018. If you'll recall, the removal of the holding H symbol is a technical requirement. The municipality, through our official plan and their zoning bylaw, places a holding symbol on lands until they can confirm certain requirements set by the municipality have been met. In this case, it is a requirement that the applicant demonstrate to the municipality that a septic system can be constructed on the property for a dwelling. So that has been done as of September 26. That was confirmed by our building department. So I can confirm notice was given on October 22nd, 2018 regarding the removal of the holding H symbol. And to date, no correspondence or comments have been received from those circulated notice.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make comment to this issue? Excuse me, you need to stand, state your name, and go to the podium, please, so everyone can hear. Yes. Andrea, if you could see the...
My name is Ed Seidel. We own adjacent property to this property. And it's our well that is very close to the proposed septic bed that has to be built for that property. I just became aware of this meeting today, and I understand that this holding H has been removed. So it's probably too late to challenge it in any way. Our reason is that we would be interested in buying that property, but we know that you're not allowed to, up to now, we're not allowed to build on it. And all this other stuff was in process that we were not aware of. So if it's too late, then we just have to accept that. Is that, I understand that properly?
We are going to deal with the issue a little bit later, so your comments are being received. Andrea, did you have anything further? And I see Councillor Levy wants to comment as well. But you go first.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. So I will just speak quickly to her questions. So through the review of the building permit application for the septic system, we confirmed that the location of the septic meets the required setbacks from your well itself, so there should be no concerns with respect to contamination from this new septic system to your well. In terms of the ownership, it's a privately owned property, so we couldn't comment on the sale of it or anything like that. So the owner has applied, and this is the process we're going through. We have not yet removed the holding symbol. That would be a bylaw that would come later tonight.
So as far as the Department of Health is concerned, it's okay to have a septic that's close to our well. I imagine it's a health issue.
Andrea, could you answer that question, please?
Certainly. So yes, that's what we've reviewed as part of the building permit application. They've looked and investigated where your well is and where this is the septic proposed to go, and it meets the required distance separations for that. It's not a health unit issue, it's a municipal building code issue. And so the health unit approves wells, we approve septics.
The requirements have been met.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you. I'd now have an opportunity for council to either comment or ask a question. Seeing none at this time, if there are no further comments, thank everyone for your attendance on this particular issue. I wonder if council would like to deal with 9.A now. If that's, I guess I have to ask leave of council. And we could deal with that now. Do I have leave of council to do that? I find my bylaw. So this item has been moved by Councillor Lee and seconded by Councillor Louder. That a zoning bylaw amendment to remove the holding H symbol from the property municipally known as 85 Polish Avenue be approved. All those in favor? Excuse me? What? You had a question, Councillor Louder? Yes, sorry. Please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Andrea, I'd like to pose a question. You made a statement the health system does wells, and then the municipal town does septics. So if I were to put this around the other way, and the septic system was there, would the health unit support a well being dug this close to that septic?
Excuse me, sorry. Andrea?
Through you, Deputy Mayor, to Councillor Lauder. So you did hear me correctly that it is actually the health unit that issues well permits themselves. And so as part of their due diligence, they are taking a look at what's surrounding in terms of municipal septic systems or septic systems so they can ensure that the well and the type of well that's provided for a dwelling does not interfere negatively with adjacent septic systems. So that's also conversely what we do as part of our septic review. So we confirmed that this well, and I forget what the exact distance is, and I don't know if Brian knows that, but there is a distance between where wells can go and where septic have to go. I think it's about 50 feet, but maybe Councillor Leroux knows as well.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Regulations are very clear in all municipalities when it comes to septic systems and wells. The septic system must be 50 feet from a drilled well and 100 feet from a dug well. So I don't know what this lady's well is, but if it's a drilled well, then the requirement for the septic that's being approved is only has to be 50 feet. If it's a dug well, they have to be 100 feet.
Thank you, Councillor Leroux, for that clarification. Are there any other questions, comments on this issue? Seeing none, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried. Okay, Council, we will go back to adoption of our minutes that have not already been confirmed, which is 6A, moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Rose, that the following minutes of council meetings be confirmed and adopted as circulated. Council, October 10th, 2018, Committee of the Whole, October 10th, 2018, Special Committee of the Whole, 2019, Budget, Draft number 1, October 24th, 2018. Are there any questions or issues on this particular item? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Our consent agenda, we do not have anything on the consent agenda. We're now number 8. I have moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Rose, that recommendations contained within the Committee of the Whole report related to the Finance and Corporate Services section be approved. Questions? Comments? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Again, moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Rose, that the recommendations contained within the Committee of the Whole report related to Transportation and Environment Services section be approved. Questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Leroux, seconded by Councillor Lauder, that the recommendations contained within the Committee of the Whole report related to the Recreation and Community Services section be approved. Questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Levy, seconded by Councillor Lauder, that the recommendations contained within the Committee of the Whole report related to the Planning and Development Services sections be approved. Comments, questions? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Carried. We have 8B, moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Rose, that the recommendations contained within the Special Committee of the Whole report related to Finance and Corporate Services section be approved. No questions, comments? All those in favor? Carried. Matters for consideration, number 9, we did do that. Notice of motion, which has been previously given, we have none. No notice of motions. Consideration of bylaws. 12A, moved by Councillor Rawson, seconded by Councillor Rose, that the Council of the Town of Penetanguishene introduce the following bylaws: 2018-74 and 2018-75. And that bylaws be read a first time and deemed to be read a second and third time and carried. If there are questions, comments, seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Question period from the media. I don't, okay. Announcements, question period from the public. Now it's an opportunity for public to ask a question. Yes, Ms. Anima. Oh, yes.
Just a question in regards to the bylaw that you just passed about appointing enforcement officers for road patrol and equipment operators. I'm just curious. Are these new jobs that are being appointed?
No, but I will ask Brian Murray, our Public Works, to explain that. Brian?
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. The appointees in the bylaw are for our road patrollers, new road patrollers, which are contract positions that are renewed on an annual basis, and it allows them to enforce our traffic and parking bylaw in terms of winter parking and allow them to issue tickets.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you for the question. I will ask confirmation bylaw moved by, excuse me? Pardon? Oh, announcements and inquiries, yes. Are there announcements? Yes, Councillor Ross.
Actually, I have an announcement and an inquiry. Start with my inquiry. I'll ask Jeff if he can do this for me. On Mariah Street, right in front of the arena, there's a closed sign of the sidewalk there this year. I made several notifications about that last year, so I'm just wondering why.
I'm going to defer to Brian. I think I know the answer, but I'm going to defer to Brian, our Director of Public Works, to speak to that.
Thank you. I can field that question. There was a couple of sidewalks that historically have been an issue in terms of keeping clear during the winter season. There's a couple of them that have been identified, Mariah Street being one of them, and Peel Street being another. I've since talked to the road supervisor, and we'll be removing these road closure signs as they're a requirement under the new minimum maintenance standards legislation to put up posting signage for sidewalks that are proposed to be closed for the winter season. However, we need to go through amendments to our traffic and parking bylaw before we do that, so we'll be removing the signage until those changes take place.
So appreciate that, Brian. So I'm having a hard time understanding. Does that mean we're going to open it or it's going to be closed? Or we're not sure yet?
In discussions with the road supervisor, we believe we can keep it open as the road division will be taking over snow plowing at the arena parking lot. To ensure that we keep this sidewalk open, because as sure as everybody is aware, we want to keep as many sidewalks free and clear as possible this winter season. And we think by doing that, we can keep it open so that signage will be taken down shortly.
So thanks, Brian. I think this one's important. You know, there's a lot of traffic up at the arena. The transit county transit buses there every hour. The town transit's there. And the last week, everyone was walking on Mariah Street trying to navigate. It's terrible. We bought a new snowblower last year. We got all kinds of equipment. And I find it silly that we can't clean the little parcels. So I was disappointed when I saw that sign this week. Thank you. I'm glad we're going to see if we can keep it clean. I want to thank Stacy and Jeff and Paul and Sherry and Brian and Andrea and Carrie. I think we've all done good work together. I think we compromised. We didn't always get our own way, but I think we did a good collegial job working together. I know I might appear cranky at times, but it was never a personal thing. It was about what we thought was best for the public. So I want to thank everyone for your work. I want to thank everyone on council, Doug, and Mike, and Debbie, and Anita, and Dan. Again, we didn't always agree, but I think we did the right thing, and I think everyone was great. I appreciate my time, and I think everyone did a good job trying to do the right thing for the community, and good luck to the new council. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Rawson. I too was planning on making a little announcement. Since this is potentially our last meeting, we're still debating about the 19th, is it, Mr. CEO? Or the 20th. But anyway, I too wanted to thank Council for their commitment and input in this last 4 years. Yes, we did have some conversations, but certainly that's the way it should be. And I too wanted to wish those that are not coming back this next 4 years all the best in their endeavors. And hopefully, maybe sometime in the future, you will consider getting back into council. So thank you very much for your comments, Councillor Rawson. Okay. Oh, yes, Councillor Levy.
Thank you. I will try my best to frame this as an inquiry, tagging on Councillor Rawson's inquiry about the closed sidewalk on Mariah. Had a similar situation crop up today, closing the sidewalks on Peel, behind Arbors, OMG, Vince's, right down to past Bureau Plus. Not only that, they were going to, or they did barricade that, and their tenants have to get in there, store owners have to get in there, deliveries have to get in there. To me, that sidewalk, despite the fact that it's too narrow for our sidewalk plot, that sidewalk is no less important than any other sidewalk in town. We plow and maintain a certain level of service, try our best to every sidewalk, every street, and suddenly there's a few exceptions. And I'm going to inquire as to how we can perhaps work a private contractor into our budget to accommodate these trouble spots, because after what we put our merchants through this summer, nothing we can do about it. Everybody thinks the job of the road was well done, but then to slam them with barricades. And now, to their credit, Jeff Lees, Brian Murray were terrific today. They responded to my questions and other questions very rapidly and mitigated it to some degree. But my inquiry to the Chair of Finance is whether we can perhaps delve into a contractor or some method of snow blowing or shoveling. Well, shoveling might not win, but to treat everybody equally for the tax dollars they pay.
Thank you for your comments, Councillor Levy. I too received a phone call, and I do believe that the CAO and Mr. Murray did meet with the merchants, and they are trying to work things out. So I will defer to the CAO.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Councillor Levy, as well as Councillor Rawson, for your inquiry on sidewalks. I think it's I guess first and foremost, I'll suggest that what occurred today and what occurred back a couple of weeks ago or a week ago on Mariah Street should not have happened. It was simply a miscommunication at a staff level. Brian and I did have a couple of conversations today about what we can do, particularly on the Peel Street situation, knowing full well that we had already discussed the Mariah Street situation previously. I will ask that Council leave it with Brian and I, and we will certainly brainstorm at our level. I did have, as was indicated, I did have a conversation with three of you today around the table, Mayor-elect LaRue, Councillor Levy, and Councillor Lebeau, or Deputy Mayor Lebeau. Certainly Brian and I have had conversation and have engaged our road supervisor, and we'll be looking hopefully to come up with a solution given the challenges that do present themselves on the Peel Street sidewalk situation.
Thank you very much, and I'm hoping that we will be able to resolve this issue. Thank you. I think I'm announcements and inquiries. Excuse me. Okay, Mr. Cummings. I guess that is an inquiry, correct? It's an inquiry.
I have an inquiry regarding, now that we have our Main Street done, we have some critical areas of Main Street that are going to require some delicate snow removal. Sidewalks have been closer to where the merchants are in the upper part of Main Street, and put curbs in and flower pots and in cement. And I was just wondering if there's provisions made for clearing that snow instead of leaving it on the street for a long period of time. And they are going to have difficulty removing it like they have in the past.
Thank you. I'll ask Brian to comment to that inquiry.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Yes, our roads division this season is going to be a bit of a learning curve for them in terms of snow removal. There is a lot more, I'll say, obstructions now in the boulevards, being the planters, seating benches that have been installed and as part of the Main Street streetscaping improvements. Our roads division have done an inspection of the boulevard space. It is going to take a little bit more care this year in terms of snow removal to make sure that we can remove the snow efficiently, but also safely in a manner that's not going to damage anything that's been currently installed.
Thank you, Brian. Are there further inquiries? Yes, Mr. C. Councillor LaRue.
Yes, Madam Chair. Again, through to you, Brian, and along the same vein that Mr. Cummings has indicated, what are the plans for the sidewalk next to the new build of the Shoppers Drug Mart?
Thank you, Councillor LaRue. In terms of the sidewalk adjacent to the Shoppers Drug Mart, the sidewalk will be constructed once their construction on that site has been concluded. The timing of the construction was such that we couldn't actually construct the sidewalk without having the Shoppers Drug Mart contractor damage what was going to be placed there. So we thought it'd be prudent to leave it for this season until they're finished the construction on that site, by having it reinstated in the spring once they've concluded the construction on the site there.
So we're saying that there will be no sidewalk there through the winter?
As at this point, yes, that's correct.
Are there further inquiries? Yes. What about with inquiries? Thank you. I know. Well, I can't answer that at the moment, and maybe someone will get back to you. That's not part of our agenda at the moment, so perhaps someone will take that under advisement and get back to you. Okay? Mr. CAO?
Through Madam Chair, I actually have an announcement, but I will piggyback. Between Stacey and I, Brian, will certainly get back to Anna on her inquiry relative to transit. If you don't mind, Madam Chair, I just wanted to, while we still had Anna here who had asked the original inquiry about fire services shared model, I did pull the report that was presented to Committee of the Whole on June 14th of 2017. The report, and if I try and keep it at a 50,000-foot level, does speak to the savings when we look at the pre-shared service agreement, which ultimately had a full-time fire chief and no admin, in comparison to the status quo, which is a shared fire chief 50-50 and a shared admin 50-50. The savings were $12,000 when we look at pre-agreement versus status quo today, simply in personnel and compensation costs. That didn't factor in any of the other nominal operational costs that we might be realizing due to savings. The report also talks about the non-quantitative efficiencies and benefits, be it qualitatively, efficiencies in training, efficiencies in response, efficiencies in some procurement, emergency management, etc. One of the things I should note that has transpired since this report from June of 2017 is Council did request that we look into exploring some opportunities North Simcoe-wide with our 3 lower-tier member municipalities, as well as the county. That hasn't come to fruition as perhaps we would like, but we are I am meeting and have had some meetings with my colleague in Midland, and we will be devising a bit of a game plan well in advance of the April 2019 contract expiration. So hopefully that answers the question at a high level. Pre-agreement to status quo, the savings in simply personnel costs were $12,000. And I'm happy to provide a report to you, Anna.
Thank you for that, Mr. CAO. Are there inquiries from members of council? Seeing none, I will call for a confirmation by law. Moved by Council Rawson, seconded by Council Rose, that confirmation by law 2018-76 be signed and sealed by the Deputy Mayor and Clerk. All those in favor? Carried. So we will now have adjournment of our regular council meeting. Moved by Councilor Louder, seconded by Councilor LaRue. Thank you. Do we need a 5-minute break, or are we going to go right into our council meeting? Go for it. Fine and dandy. I will call our Committee of the Whole meeting to order. Approval of the agenda. So I need a mover and a seconder for our agenda approval. Approved by Councilor Rawson, seconded by Councilor LaRue. All those in favor? Carried. Declaration of pecuniary interest. Move on to number 4, council information package, which is now a regular item. Are there any issues with that confirmation package? Seeing none. Move on to Section 8, Transportation and Environmental Services. Now I will send it over to Councilor Rawson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. 5A is our consent agenda. It's recommended the following consent agenda items have been given due consideration be received for information. We have one item, the Midland Taxation Transit Ridership Monthly Update. Anybody want to move this item for further discussion? Seeing none, mover. Councilor LaRue, second Councilor LaRue, call for the vote. All in favor? And opposed? That is carried. 5B matters for consideration. Number 1. Brian, our last Main Street verbal update.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're approaching the conclusion of our Main Street reconstruction project. Our contractor, JD Enterprises, is busy making the finishing touches on benches, planters, a lot of the restoration work that's associated with the project. Hoping to wrap that up in the next week or so before the winter season sets in finally. Our contractor, JD, has made his submission or his application for substantial completion for the project. And our consultants at Greenland Engineering are reviewing that as we speak, and hope to get a response to them shortly. But other than that, we're also looking to get some temporary line painting done prior to the onset of the winter season to at least get some line painting, long lines and striping to delineate the travel lanes on the Main Street before the winter season sets in.
Thanks, Brian. Members have any questions for Brian regarding Main Street, Councilor Levy?
Yes, thank you. It certainly appears, Brian, that we might not get the lines paint this year due to temperature and the constant rain in October, November didn't help. My biggest concern is our trouble spot going down Main